Hello, beautiful people. It's Saturday, and I am bringing you another Saturday Stash Dive. This is a layout that is very mixed media. I'm not sure I like it that much in the end. I think that I may have overdone the pink. But what's done is done. But the challenge this Saturday Stash Dive is for 6x6 paper pads, and so I grabbed a very old one. I want to say it's got to be like 2005 or something, and it's Webster's Pages, and it's called Petite Papers, and it doesn't even have like a name or like a collection name. And I don't think that they put them in like a, what do you call it, like a flip-through pad form. They just put them in the loose, like envelope, see-through envelopes. I can't talk this morning. I was supposed to have this up already, and I got delayed, and it's been a crazy busy week, so I do apologize for the delay. But I decided to take some of my 6x6, and there's really no rhyme or reason or measuring even. I'm just cutting up pieces and putting them around the page. And the background is a 12x12 of the My Mind's Eye cut and paste. And it is a really pretty soft pink, and then the 6x6 are like a bold, it's got a mix, I guess. It's got some bold colors in the teals and the pinks. It's a very hot pink. So that's why I end up putting hot pink ink at the end and kind of blending that out. But I decide that this is just a little too bold against that soft pink. So I'll go in and I will add vellum over it. And then I did like that look, and I probably should have stopped there. But I decided to go grab some gesso and go into mixed media mode for whatever reason. And you'll see me do that. So I guess I could have cut some of this out or sped it up. I was looking back at some of my videos, and you can tell me what you like or don't like as far as speed goes, because I felt like 4 times speed, which is normally what I do, is too fast on some of these layouts, and maybe that is like, I don't know, it makes the videos really short, and it seems to make people have more questions, or how'd you do that, or that sort of thing. So I'm trying to go 3 times speed instead of 4 and see if that works. It makes for a much longer video though, so I don't know. You tell me what you like. Do you like my old kind of 4 times the speed, or do you like this speed, which is 3 times the speed? And I'm looking at this now, and I was gluing that down. I was doing like 10 things at once when I was making this layout, and I realized on one side I have the cuts going one direction, on the other side I have the cuts going the other direction, so even that didn't work out the way I had planned it. So maybe that's why visually it was not working for me, because now that I look at it, it's kind of wonky and off. But oh well. I should have just gone and, instead of the vellum, I should have just gone and added direct gesso to the page, and realized that those strips on the left side were backwards. That's what I should have done. But hindsight's 20/20, so it is what it is, and it's done. And I can't decide if I'm going to throw it in the trash and start over, or or what. I'm too much of a perfectionist on my pages, I think, and so when they don't turn out the way I want, I get so frustrated, and I just sometimes I'll go the next day or two and just throw them in the trash, reprint the picture, and do it again. So yeah, here's where I go and grab that vellum, and that glue made it, I don't know, it just didn't lay flat, so I ended up putting a staple right in the middle of it. I thought about going over it. I was also die cutting out doilies for one of my subbies, and I had that extra piece of paper with the cutouts, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just spray over the vellum, but then I thought that wouldn't look good, so here I go grabbing for the gesso, and it's a heavy bodied gesso, and a Mr. Huey's mask, or yeah, mask, no, template, stencil, whatever. So I'll run clean that up, come back, and here's where I get some of my color shine, and that color is called Primrose, and the other is Lindsay's Stamp Gang, and it's Cosmopolitan Pink. And I guess because it's on vellum, it didn't want to soak into the gesso. I'm not quite sure why it's set up like that, but that's why I end up going back and adding the hot pink to it. And the hot pink I add at the end is a permanent acrylic ink, so it is very opaque. It is highly pigmented, and I end up having to water it down. So here I grab a Martha Stewart punch and some more of my 6x6 out of that paper package, and I'm just layering these up. And most of the embellishments that you'll see me use are freckled fawn. I just kind of went through some of my freckled fawn kits and grabbed bits and pieces from them. Yeah, see, the vellum got really warped. I ended up putting it on a piece of chipboard to help it lay flat. So you'll see me do that too. That glue, I've got to get another glue gun. I've got one that's really old and it just pours out of it, and then I've got one that I've used for Mod Podge melts, and it must be low temp because I can hardly get it to come out. So I've got one extreme and the other. And here I'm trying to press that down so that I have some stabilization. It's still a little wet on the spray inks. And now I'm securing it because even the little edges didn't get caught. So, and I'll just trim off the piece there on the end that's sticking out. So let's see, here's where I start to pull in some of my Mod Podge melts and my freckled fawn. So that big yellow flower is a Mod Podge melt because I'm hooked on those now. And I put them on everything, and you'll see me put some butterflies and a frame, stuff like that. That's also on my a Mod Podge melt. I can't talk today. It's probably because it's early for me. My brain and my body just doesn't function that great at first in the morning. And so, I don't know. I don't drink coffee or anything. I do drink hot tea, but I don't like anything that's going to make me feel like all wired up and stuff. So, and I don't like the taste of coffee. So I'm just slow in the morning and then kind of hyper at night until I just wear myself out and start all over. But the stamp thing that says No Ordinary Family is from a Freckled Fawn kit, and it has I use Stays On ink in teal to match the colors. Also, I painted the leaf, the Mod Podge leaf and frame in Blue Lagoon, and that's a Viva Precious Metal paint. And then the yellow is, I want to say it is by Viva, and it's the kind that you rub on, but I used water and kind of made it into like a watercolor, and that worked. And then the pink that I colored the butterflies and the little rose and stuff with is also a Viva Precious Metal color, and it's called Rose Pink. And here's where I kind of overdid the color. I should have stayed with the softer color, but I grabbed my, what do you call it, my acrylic Liquitex permanent ink, and I just went to town, and it just kind of made it a hot mess. I don't know. This is not my fave layout, so, you know. You win some, you lose some, I guess. Let me know if you like it and I'm just being overcritical, or if you think it's too much, like I think it's too much. And here you just see I'm adding bits and pieces from various Freckled Fawn kits, and that will kind of wrap it up. And the picture is of Ashley and his sisters and his mother when he was, I don't know, 18, 19 years old, something like that. And that kind of finishes it out. I hope you're having a fabulous Saturday, and I thank you for joining me. Check out the Design Team and SNL Facebook page, and I will also have a partner that's doing a 6x6, and that is Roni Sue Scrapper, so check her out. I'll have her name in the description bar below, and that's pretty much it. I will talk to you later. Ta-ta for now. Bye.